Vincent, my dear. Vincent. Vincent, oh Vincent, oh Vincent, oh V. Oh Vincent, oh Vincent, oh Vincent, oh V. Oh Vincent, oh V, oh Vincent, oh V. Oh Vincent, oh Vincent. Oh Vincent, oh V. Vincent, my dear. Do you really have to go tinkle? Do you really have to tinkle? Am I embarrassing you, Vincent? Am I embarrassing you in front of all the children? In front of all the children, am I embarrassing you? Girls and boys and boys and girls. And girls and boys and boys and girls. And girls and boys and boys and girls. And girls and boys and boys and girls. How many of you know what the word embarrassment means? How many of you know what the word embarrassment means? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on over there? What's going on over there and what's going on over here? What's going on over here? And what's going on over there? What are yous doing over there and I'm doing over here? Why can't yous guys come over here with me? Come hang out with me. The cat in the hat. Come hang out with the cat in the hat, boys and girls. Come hang out with the cat in the hat. Come hang out with the cat in the hat. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I called you a kniffle blobber. I didn't mean to call you a kniffle bobble. I wanted to call you a kniffle knobble. Or a kniffle canoofle. Or a noofle or a nuffle or a tiffle or a toffle. Or a sniffle or a snuffle. Or a snot full of rotten. A snot full of rotten. A snot full of au gratin. What's a snot full of rotten? A rotten egg. A rotten egg or a rotten leg. Or a rotten or a scrotten. Or a jumping or a flumping. Or a thumping or a bumping. Or a pumping or a numping. Or a jumping and a jamming and a jamming and a lambing. And a limbing and a lambing and a lambing and a ranning. And a ran and a ran and a ran and a ran. And I ran and I rock and I rock and I ran. And I ran and I rock and I rock and ironic. And ironic and I chronic and I phronic and I frown. And I frown and I frown and I frown and I frown. And I frown and I frown. And I frown and I frown. And I frown and I frown and I frown and I frown. And I frown and I frown. And I frown and I frown. You know what is a frown, little boys and girls? How many of you know what frown is? Excuse me, did I burp? Excuse me, did I fart? Boys and girls and girls and boys and boys and girls and girls and boys. How many of you know what rude is? How many of you know the difference between rudeful and beautiful? Or rutificus and beautificus? Or beauty and rudy? Or bad moody? How many of you ever been in a bad moody before? Have any of you ever been in a bad moody before? What's this, my dears? How many of you know what this is? This is what it's called an air pump. It's called an air pump. It's called an air pump. Because you pump the pump and air comes out, see? sorry. I didn't fart. It was the air pump. I swear. I did not fart. It was the air pump. I put the air in my lips like this. And the air pump was farting. I did not fart. I swear to you I didn't fart. It was the air pump. I swear it was. I'll take the lie detector test to attest to it. I did not fart. Me, the one and only Knight of the Light. The Cat in the Hat. The cat, that cat in the hat. Not the cat in the hat, that cat in the hat. And who's this cat in the hat over here? Who's this cat in the hat over here, my dears? It looks like a rock pumpkin. What's a rock pumpkin? Well, let me thumpkin about that. Let me thumpkin. What is a rock pumpkin? Ah, a pump. It's a pump and a kin. What's a kin? Ah, a relative. So a pumpkin is a pump that's a relative. Or is it a relative? Or is it a relativity? Or is it the concept of relativity? Or is it the love sept of relativity? What's a concept compared to a love sept? My dears, does anybody know the difference between a concept and a love sept? How about a bicep? A bicep. How about a tricep? As Carl Kusa would say. Carl Kusa. Who's Carl Kusa? You don't know who Carl Kusa is? Justice! Who's Carl Kusa? None of you ever heard of Kusa? Kusa? What's Kusa mean? I heard of the Spruce Goose. Have any of you ever heard of the Spruce Goose before? The Spruce Goose was a gigantic airplane created by a genius. And what's a genius? What is a genius? How many of you know what a genius is? Raise your hand if you know what a genius is. Oh, look at all the hands. A genius is someone who's intelligent. Intelligent. What's an intelligent? How about an intelligent? What's an intelligent or an intelligent? Are any of you getting these hints? Or are you getting a glimpse? Or are you getting a rinse? Or who was the Grinch that stole Christmas? Who was the Grinch? What happened to that actor? He should have won an Oscar for that role playing the Grinch. You remember Jim Carrey? Alrighty then. What happened to him, my dears? Do any of you know what happened to Jim Carrey? Or is it Jim Canary? Or is somebody a little bit scary? Oh my dearie. What's a dairy? Oh, a derriere. Look, somebody put out the light. Somebody put out the light. Is that right to put out the light? Ah, the other light is out too. Two lights. Two lights don't make a wrong, do they? Do two lights make a wrong? What's the difference between a right and a wrong? Well, we learned that on show number 1. A right is called a moral, and you cannot quarrel with a moral. And a wrong is a ding-dong. Ding-dong school, ding-dong school. Ding-dong, 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 fool, fool, fool.